Okay, so we've got a different video for you guys today, but before we go ahead and dive into this, I just want to do a quick mention to everyone who follows me up to this point. I owe you guys a big thank you for joining in and supporting me and Simply Electronics as a channel. For me, YouTube is a hobby on the side, but I really enjoy getting involved with the community, and I really enjoy educating people who are inspired by and enthusiastic about electronics. And so I want to help you guys learn more, and I want to give more back to the community. So I've launched a Patreon page where you can go ahead and support me for as little as $1 per month, or if you're in the UK, it's about 50-60 pence per month, and that will give you access to patron only discussions, and you can ask me questions for Q&A videos that I'll be doing in the future. So if you have any sort of questions you want to ask, I'll be happy to answer them for you in a future video. You will also have the opportunity to vote on the next video that I do on the channel, and that's all for just pledging $1 per month on patreon.com. The link will be in the description if you want to go ahead and check out the Patreon page. If you pledge $5 or more, you also get access to everything I've just mentioned, and you can also partake in any future giveaways and competitions. I really want to be able to cover a lot more on this channel. And if I have a community of supporters to help me do that, that will enable me to give back to the community in a much bigger and a better way. And just so you know, in the future I'd love to be able to go further and deeper into electronics and do teardowns, so tear things apart and show you how they work. I'd also like to even open a PO box so you could send me things that you want me to take a look at, whether it's broken or damaged, or interesting things I might not have seen before, if it's something you've made or something you just want me to take apart just for the sake of it. But also it really does help me just knowing that you are there as a subscriber and taking part in the community. So without further ado, let's go ahead and look at what I have in front of me here. It's quite cheap. It's basically a volt/ammeter that when you plug into a USB port, I'm using a portable power bank at the minute, but this could plug into a standard USB plug for charging any devices you have. I have it plugged in at the minute charging my phone. For anyone who wants to know what phone I use, it's the Nexus. I'm a bit of a phone geek / Android geek as well. Basically, I'm charging my phone off of this now, and I can see quite a lot of variables. Basically, I can see the charge voltage, so my phone's taking approximately 4.8 volts and about 1 amp. What we also have on the side here is milliamp hours. So if I charge my phone from dead to full, it will give me the battery capacity of my phone. Now, the accuracy of this, it won't be dead accurate, because there will be some of the power during charging wasted as heat. So it may read a little bit higher than the actual battery capacity, but it will be able to give you a good idea of the battery capacity of not just charging your phone, but whether you charge another external battery pack, anything basically, anything that you charge, this can give you a good idea of its capacity versus what it's rated at. So you can see here at the minute I've been charging my phone for 9 minutes and I've put 181 milliamp hours into it. If I charge this from 0 to 100%, I know that my phone's battery is about 3,300 milliamp hours, something like that. So I should be able to hopefully get around 3,000 milliamp hours into this phone. So it's a really useful sort of gadget. I'll link to this on eBay. It's only £6, or if you're in the United States, it's probably about $9 or $10. I'll definitely link to this on the video description. It's useful for knowing basically the power that any sort of device is using. So at the moment I can see that this phone is charging at 4.8 volts, and you can see it's just gone up there because I've turned my phone on, so it's requesting more current. So when my phone's on, I can see that it's charging at about 4.8 volts, and if I use the equation for power, which is P equals IV, I can use 4.8 volts times 1.2 amps, let's say. So it's charging at approximately 5.7 watts. So I understand now that there's 5.7 watts of power going into this phone at the moment. I can even power, let's see, what do I have? Something like this sort of really cheap crap looking LED light that I made. I can take a look at the power that this is using. So I've plugged this, it's just via USB, I've plugged this into here, and as it's lit I can see the power that it's using. So it's running on approximately 5 volts and it's using 0.23 amps. So again, we can use the equation to calculate power. 5 volts times 0.23 amps gives us an approximate rating of 1.15 watts. So 1.2 watts approximately. This is consuming a total of 1.2 watts, so that's quite bright. A little bit of that power will be dissipating through the voltage regulator and through these resistors, but most of it's going through these LEDs anyway. So we could probably say that the LEDs are running at about 1 watt. So that's a quick look at this device that I find really useful for just getting quick measurements of the current and being able to measure the battery capacity of different devices and understanding even how long something's taken to charge and how much current a device is drawing. Hopefully this was interesting. So if you're not already subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe, hit the like button under the video, and leave any comments below if you want to ask any questions, or even take a look at the Patreon page and join in with Patreon only benefits.